to this video where I quickly want to share my thoughts on a thing which is called goal setting. Now, as part of my daily job and my side hustle, I'm looking at a lot of whiteboards, a lot of business objectives and goals and whatnot. And after reading a lot, after researching a lot, after going through life experiences, multiple books and all that stuff, I realized setting a goal, even if it's a smart goal, is kind of a cumbersome process, right? And after you set a goal, there's this huge period of inactivity where you don't actually achieve that goal. You don't actually work towards doing something to achieve that goal, and hence it feels like an Herculean task, right? And even if by miracle you achieve that goal, it feels anticlimactic. It feels normal. It does not feel special, right? And what you do, you essentially move on to another goal. You essentially move on to your next thing on your checklist, right? And yeah, I've realized in life that this is something which is taking a lot of time. It's impacting a lot of lives by setting wrong goals, right? And I'll just put right here what a smart goal is, and you know what, they're not still helpful, right? So yeah, I wanted to talk about how do you deal with goals, right? If you want to achieve something, how do you move ahead? And I've used this process or the system, whatever you want to call it. You want to call it a framework. I've used it on a daily basis, and I've seen results which are obviously not mind-blowing in nature, but they are good. And it's better than writing something, call it a goal, and not do anything about it, right? It's very important for somebody to realize the importance of time, the importance of your own efforts, right? So yeah, I'll touch base on this. Give me a second, let me just park my car. Okay, the car is parked. Now I have some notes, and I keep on thinking about these things. So yeah, so going back to my own experience, I used to write a lot of goals. I used to write these checklists, what I want to achieve in 2023, 2024, and it seems like once you write them down, once those things are physical in nature on a piece of paper, they tend to become these huge black boxes that you cannot move even if you tried to, right? And that's the reason I wanted to get my thought out in the world, and that's my goal with this platform, essentially talking it out with more than a single mind, and just building up this community, right? So what I want to say is, instead of these goals, we can possibly work towards creating a framework or system, you know. And then these systems, they are nothing but they are these repetitive actions that you take possibly on a daily basis to achieve a goal. That's what a system is doing, right? A good example is let's think of making hamburgers, right? A goal would be for McDonald's to, let's say, sell 1,000 hamburgers on a daily basis, right? Without a proper process, without a proper framework, they will not be able to do it, right? Right now, companies like McDonald's, I'm just giving an example, anybody can be placed in front of those fryers, those grillers, those burger making stations, and they can possibly produce 1,000 burgers a day. Anybody can do it, right? Huge respect for these people that they are doing it so dedicatedly, and that is because of constant improvement of these processes, these frameworks, and that's when I realized how important these systems are. Now, how do you translate that into your own life? uh, I do feel sometimes technology gets in the way and it sets you up for failure. That's why I don't wear a smartwatch. I usually am an analog watch guy. I try to limit my screen time, but obviously I'm not prone to doom scrolling. But anyway, for me, some systems have worked and they have made a huge difference in my life. And also, when you start something and when you do it every day on a daily basis, you don't try, obviously you start enjoying it, right? uh, and as per my experience, you tend to become more efficient as the time goes, right? So uh, an example is, let's say you set a goal for 500 steps a day. You start enjoying those 500 steps a day and you move that up to 1000, 2000, 3000, and eventually you will actually reach 10,000. But let's say you started with a goal of 10,000 steps a day. It looks huge on paper. It is definitely huge if you try to achieve it. So, that's what I'm trying to say. Build a system, build small changes so that you can actually achieve something on a daily basis, rather than looking at a statement on a piece of paper and just thinking of how useless or worthless you are. We really don't want to do that in life. We are worth a lot. Each and every mind has a world of its own. So it is very important for us to understand how to utilize that mind space effectively, right? And lastly, I really want to refer a book called Atomic Habits. And so what will happen? These processes, these frameworks, eventually they will create a long-lasting impression in your life through compounding. So as we talked about, daily habits, you becoming effective through repeating those habits on a daily basis. That's what Atomic Habits also says. Through repetitive actions, through doing something again and again, in the process of compounding, process of enjoying it, you'll actually create a very long lasting impression in your life. And that's it. That's it for today. I really had this plan of creating B-rolls and me writing stuff down and all that stuff, but I really wanted to get this out of my system, get this thought out of my system, out in the open, out in the world. So if you really want to start the discussion, comment down below and let me know how this video format is. Nothing fancy, nothing highly edited. It's just me talking to the camera and I'm kind of enjoying it. Thank you.